For years, Hollywood insiders whispered about it. A deep, unspoken tension between James Garner and one of his co-stars that no one dared to discuss publicly. To fans, Garner was the charming, down-to-earth leading man who never seemed to have enemies. But behind the scenes, there was one person who, by all accounts, utterly hated James Garner. And only now, decades later, has the real reason finally come to light. To understand the feud, you have to understand the man. James Garner wasn't your typical Hollywood star. Born in Oklahoma during the Great Depression, he grew up tough, working odd jobs, surviving hardship, and serving in the Korean War before finding fame. That background made him grounded, humble, and allergic to arrogance. He didn't like phonies, a friend once said. If you were fake, James saw right through you. When Garner broke through in the late 1950s with Maverick, audiences adored his effortless charm. He wasn't trying to be a hero, he was just himself. But that same authenticity often clashed with the big egos around him. The actor he eventually clashed with most, the one who utterly hated him, was a man known for being proud, temperamental, and deeply insecure. It all began when they were cast together in a mid-1960s project. On set, James Garner treated everyone the same, the lighting crew, the makeup artists, the extras, everyone. But his co-star wanted to be treated like royalty. According to those who were there, the tensions started small, disagreements over dialogue, scene order, and billing. But it escalated fast. Garner couldn't stand arrogance, one crew member recalled. And this guy?
He had plenty of it.
James didn't play the Hollywood game. He showed up, did his job, and went home. But that rubbed his co-star the wrong way. Soon, arguments began spilling into the open. During one rehearsal, the co-star reportedly snapped at Garner for improvising a line, shouting that he was stealing the spotlight. Garner's response was classic, calm but sharp. "I'm just doing the scene right. If that bothers you, maybe you should focus on the work instead of the mirror." The room went silent. From that day on, the two barely spoke off camera. Word spread quickly through Hollywood. James Garner had made another enemy, though he never seemed to care. He wasn't mean, another actor explained. He just had zero patience for nonsense. Over the years, the feud became legend. Tabloids speculated endlessly, calling it a rivalry of opposites. But Garner, in his trademark humility, rarely addressed it. When asked about the actor years later, he simply said, "We didn't get along. Some people just don't." It wasn't until after Garner's passing in 2014 that letters and behind-the-scenes accounts finally revealed the truth. The co-star had felt threatened, not by Garner's fame, but by his integrity. In an industry built on ego, James Garner's honesty made people uncomfortable. He didn't fake anything, the letter read. He wasn't trying to impress anyone. And that's why I couldn't stand him, because I wanted to be like him, but didn't know how. That confession changed everything. What had once seemed like hatred was really envy, the kind that eats away quietly for years. James Garner, for all his simplicity and kindness, represented something rare in Hollywood: decency without compromise. Those who worked with him to the very end say that he never carried grudges. "He let things go," his daughter once said. Dad believed that hate was a waste of time. And maybe that's what makes the story so powerful, because while others fumed and fought, James Garner just kept living his life with dignity. Today, when fans look back at his work, The Rockford Files, Maverick, The Great Escape, they remember a man who stayed true to himself no matter what. And as for the one who once hated him, time has made him realize what everyone else already knew. James Garner wasn't just a star. He was the kind of man Hollywood doesn't make anymore.